So you set up your brand new planner and you think that this is going to solve all of your problems. But 2 weeks later, you're back to using sticky notes on the fridge and setting reminders on your hand. If that's you, I want you to know that the planner is not the problem. It's the lack of a planning system. So, a planning system isn't just about writing things down in your planner, it's more about creating a process that fits your life and keeps you organized and helps you actually get things done. So, in this video, I'm going to break down what a planning system is, the key pieces it needs, and how my 2025 setup is keeping me together. And make sure that you stick around because I have a free planner system checklist that you can download to make setting up your planning system super easy. First of all, what even is a planning system? So, if you think of your life like a giant puzzle, work, family, health, hobbies, appointments, errands, or even stuff like your Netflix shows or your books you're reading, basically everything, a planning system is like the lid of that puzzle, the box of the puzzle that shows you how all of those pieces fit together so that you're not starting from scratch. So, the key to a planning system is just making sure that every tool in your system has a clear purpose. So, everything has its own job. And that's how you avoid the overwhelm of trying to cram it all into just one planner. So, every good planning system should have these 5 core pieces. So, let me show you guys what they are and how I use them in my setup. So, the first thing is an inbox. So, your inbox is where it all begins. So, in my planner, I have these detailed task planner lists from cloth and paper, and they're just a simple list, but it's basically where I capture everything that comes to my mind. So, tasks, ideas, reminders, anything that pops up, I write it down in my personal planner because this is small and portable. I usually always have it with me, so I can always write things down quickly. And if I don't have this with me, I do have a digital inbox, which is just like my notes app on my phone. So the key is to just pick one place for everything so that nothing gets lost. So make sure that you have an inbox whether it's just a blank piece of paper, a list page, or even digital. Just make sure that you have somewhere where you can quickly jot down a quick idea. The second part of a good system is making sure that you are regularly processing your planners and your inbox. So this part is huge because your inbox will only work if you are actually processing it. So every evening I sit down with my personal planner and decide what to do with everything that I wrote down for that day. So if it's quick, like sending an email or booking an appointment, I'll just, check it off and get it done then and there. But if it's bigger, then I would add it to my weekly planner in my A5 file fax and make sure that it's scheduled for the week. So this just keeps my system running smoothly and helps keep my brain dump list in my personal planner from getting too overwhelming. Okay, so the third thing a planning system should have is categorization. So in my task list, I usually separate everything. So you can see here, I have events here, I have household things here, work here. So I like categorizing things to help me figure out what needs my attention and, what can wait. So you can also have tasks like personal tasks for errands or self-care, business tasks like my planning videos or tracking my stats, or household tasks like cleaning, decluttering, maintenance, etc. So I also like using simple labels on my project manager in Upbase. So I like having a backlog, in progress, waiting on, and done to track where everything stands. And it's just easy to help give each task a little status update. I also do that with my bullet point system as well. So a dot means that I need to do it, an arrow means that I migrated it to the next week, and a check mark is obviously done, and an X is if it was canceled. So, using a system like that is just going to help you to make sure that things are easy for you to process. Okay, the next thing that you should include in your system are project lists for your bigger goals. So In my other video, I showed you guys how I use these checklists, printables, to basically break down all of my projects. So I have one for YouTube, I have one for new product ideas. You can also use it for like household projects or maybe even business goals like tracking your product launches and collaborations. Basically, anything that is a big project, you want to have a place where you can easily break it down into smaller actionable steps. So this just makes it way less intimidating for you. Okay, and then the next thing that a planner system should have is a calendar where it all comes together. So I use a monthly in this planner because the monthly on here is a Monday start, and I'm just not really used to having a Monday start. So I don't really use the Monday start calendar in my A5. Instead, I just use it for the weekly only. So I use the monthly here and the weekly here. And that kind of makes it easy for me because I can have this open and this open at the same time, and I can just kind of move things like that without having to flip pages. So having a calendar is not good just for appointments. It's good for mapping out your time and seeing where everything belongs. So I color code most of my things in my planner as well as in my Apple Calendar. So I have a color code for family, which is green, work, which is purple, and personal, personal to me, which is pink. And then I also have blue for like the kids' school stuff as well, or things that are only for the kids. And then I have the Apple Calendar and the monthly calendar here, but I like using the weekly planner to just schedule my top tasks and time blocks for my focus work. So this just helps me to stay realistic about what I can actually get done every single day. So this is how my whole system fits together in my day-to-day life. So first is my inbox. So throughout the day, I would just jot down everything that's going on in my head, and I'll just write it down in my inbox, which is just my, list section in my planner. And then next is processing. So at the end of every day, I'll just sort through my inbox, check off things I got done, move tasks if they didn't get done, or move it to my weekly planner if I need to, and just schedule anything that's time sensitive into my Apple Calendar. And then every Sunday or every Friday, I would do my weekly planning. So I use my A5 Filofax to plan my week, assign tasks, set priorities, and block out time for my focus work. I usually jot down all the stuff that are set in stone, and then what is free is usually the time I have available to work. So yeah, your planning system should include most of these things. It doesn't have to be perfect right now. You just need it to work for you. So make sure that you are starting simple, focusing on building good habits, and make sure you tweak it as you go. So if you want to create your own system, I actually have a free planner system checklist to help you get started. It breaks down everything that we talked about in this video into easy steps so that you can start building a system that works for your life. So if you want to download it, I'll have it linked down below. And let me know in the comments what is one thing that you want to fix about your planning system this year. I'd love to chat with you. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.